Turns out Mike Lindell has decided that he wants to run for governor of Minnesota. I don't think he has a chance for what it's worth. Check this out.
Of the state of Minnesota, because right now we have a voice that could be big enough where when I do my due diligence and we're going to do polling, we're going to get a couple different polls to be taken. We're going to be you do all kinds of due diligence. I'm just checking.
What the hell does that mean? Did he just like go in circles and say the exact same like 6 times?
To do polling, we're going to get a couple different polls to be taken. We're going to be you do all kinds of due diligence. I'm just checking into all this now. But they're saying, well, why would you consider it now and you didn't consider it then? Because we got our voice back, and all the lies that Walz is putting out
all the lies that Tim Walz is putting out, because of course he'd be running against Tim Walz, you see. Oh my God, dude, this guy, it is so absurd.
See through them. It won't just be me saying it or we're saying it on Lindell TV. The whole world will be screaming it, that these lies will be uncovered, and what are they going to do? Go, well, Mike Lindell, he was a crack addict.
No, I don't. Look, no one cares that you were a crack addict. Everybody is fully aware of that. And that, that's not a deal breaker, I've come to find in this political environment. Not necessarily. If you clean your life up, pull it together, you can do it anyway. The deal breaker is the absolutely psychotic shit that you engage in regularly, which we'll get to in a second. By the way, the algorithm is hitting me hard right now, completely ignoring me. So I'd appreciate if you watch to the end of the video. Having increased watch time as a percentage and a raw number is what pushes the video further. Also check out my books, owenmorgan.com. All right, back to the video.
Yeah? What else you got? So there you have it. Rick, I kind of surprised you with that. I am considering it, and I'm going to do due diligence over these as we roll.
God, dude, how many times are you going to say that word or that term, due diligence, due diligence? How many is that, like 17? Somebody count.
About this, I'm going to make some bigger announcements tomorrow, and hopefully that we'll find out that the polling will do and all this stuff will show. I think it's going to show. I live here in Minnesota. Everywhere I go, nobody wants Tim Walz. They don't.
Okay, wow. So he says he's going to wait for the polls to come out to see how he performs against Tim Walz. Minnesota is a blue state, and Tim Walz is a very popular person in the state. And Mike Lindell, like him or hate him, is very controversial. When people hear Mike Lindell, they think mentally unstable because of the absolutely wild that he's done. Let me just find a couple of examples here. Hang on. There's this one. This is his response to the fact that he priced his his pillows at $14.88 of all things. $14.88 is a well-known dog whistle to neo-Nazis. The 14 words. I don't remember what they are, but they weren't even said by Hitler. It's a white supremacist thing, a neo-Nazi thing specifically. And it's, we secure the right to something, our children. Hang on, let me just look them up. I look this up every time. I always forget what they are. We must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children. The 14 words. We must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children. Because at the heart of all Nazi claims is the idea that they're being snuffed out of existence. White people, that is. White people being snuffed out of existence. So anyway, that's why people price things at $14.88, or they get tattoos of the numbers 1488 on them, or whatever. There are like a billion different ways to incorporate this into your life. And Mike Lindell conveniently put $14.88 on his pillow prices. Why that number, of all things? Why not $14.89? Why not $14.99, for that matter? Why $14.88? And he defends it with this.
We used a bunch of price points, $29.88, $19.88, $18.88, $14.88, and $9.88. We kind of like Walmart does when they have a sale on a sale, right? That 88. Well, here, We put the campaign out there. Actually, we done it a couple weeks ago, but we get it out there on social media and stuff on Thursday and Friday. Here I get a call from all the media around the country and the world, all the way to the Daily Mail saying, what are you, a Nazi? 88 stands for Hitler and 14 for something else.
Yeah, 14 words and HH, the eighth letter in the alphabet, HH, Heil Hitler.
And they put the words together. I'm going, who comes up with this stuff?
Nazis come up with this stuff so that they can call out to each other, so that they can draw attention. Now, he said that he came up with a bunch of different price points, right? 1988, 1488, 1288. Well, this is the actual ad right here. And as it happens, that was not the price point. It was $49.98, $29.99, and then $14.88. So no, you're completely full of That was the very first time you used 88 in the number. I'm just saying this is the type of that Mike Lindell does.
Saying, what are you, a Nazi? 88 stands for Hitler and 14 for something else, and they put the words together. I'm going, who comes up with this stuff? I said, it's another attack on MyPillow because their CEO wants to go to paper ballots hand counted. It's as simple.
Nobody gives a that you want that. It's dumb as dog, but you know what? If you want that, fine. You're free to advocate for it. That's called freedom of speech. But now you're talking about running for governor, and you are calling out to Nazis now, intentionally or otherwise. You are signaling to Nazis that you see them. That's how it's interpreted when you price things for $14.88, or when you put $14.88 on tattoos or something. That's not even close to the most ridiculous that Mike Lindell has done, though. This might be my favorite clip ever from Mike Lindell.
Okay, and I'm not asking about...
He's at a deposition right now. I believe he's being sued for defamation. I don't remember.
Okay, and I'm not asking about the...
No, okay, this is what it is. He's being sued by Dominion for defamation. He knowingly, intentionally lied about them, and he lost the lawsuit. He, in fact, did know that he was lying, and he continued to lie and claim that voting systems were rigged when he knew better. And he was sued for that. And he lost. He lost everything over that lawsuit. So the opposing counsel is deposing him. They got him in deposition. Listen to how it went.
Okay, and I'm not asking about the lumpy pillow calls.
No, they're not lumpy pillows. That's not what they call on. Okay? When you say lumpy pillows, now you're an asshole.
Okay, got it. Now we know what pushes Mike's buttons, right?
Got that? You're an asshole, is what you are. No, he's an asshole. No, he's an ambulance chasing asshole. That's what you are. The lumpy pillows, kiss my ass. Put that in your book.
Aren't the pillows known for being lumpy? I think they're famous for that. Intentionally. That's how they're designed. You take a big you take a big cloth bag and you cut up a bunch of foam and you dump the foam into the bag and boom, you have a MyPillow. It's lumpy by design. What are you about right now, Mike?
No, they answer anything, any problem customer that wants to reach Mike Lindell. Those are the ones. I want to talk to Mike Lindell. I want to talk to Mike Lindell. They send them to here and they go, or they call about maybe they didn't get their pillow on time because of the FedEx or whatever. Well, we'll cover them even though it could be somebody else's fault.
Okay.
Nobody called because of a lumpy pillow. But good one though.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
What I'm saying...
Obviously, you don't have a MyPillow.
You're not done. Why are you continuing? You said you were done. If you're not done, then say no. Really.
I have a MyPillow too. You don't, do you?
Why would this dude have a MyPillow? You know what? You should send one to him, Mike.
What I'm saying is, Mr. Lindell...
Oh, go ahead. No, I'm pissed.
God, dude.
I understand.
Yeah, go. When you're saying what?
Do you need to take a break?
No, I don't need to take a break.
All right. Here's what I'm asking.
Dude, he's such a fucking asshole, really, Mike Lindell is. He's so touchy.
Take a break.
All right. Here's what I'm asking.
Your lumpy pillow question kind of set a nerve. Because obviously, just like your question in here, Mike's in your little complaint, Mike's frivolous cyber symposium. This whole case is frivolous. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Right. The cyber symposium they're referring to there. That I guess that's what the case was over. Partially, at least. That was part of it. Mike Lindell held a cyber symposium where he claimed that he had data that proves that the elections were hacked, or that they were whatever. And he basically gets up there and for 8 straight hours just lies and propagandizes and claims that he knows for a fact that it was rigged and all this other. And he holds this contest there at the cyber symposium where anybody who is credentialed, who works in the field, can enter the contest to prove that the election was not stolen using his data that he has and like one of the laptops that they make available to you and a program called Wireshark. So that's not how the burden of proof works, but whatever. A guy goes in and he does it. He goes for it. He says, all right, I'll give it a shot. And he actually proves Lindell wrong. He proves that the data was nonsense. He uses Wireshark to open the packets, like the data packets that Mike Lindell claims is data. I don't know how that would have even proved the election was stolen anyway, but he opens it and finds that it's just garbled nonsense. It was meaningless data that he just downloaded from some other place. It had nothing to do with the election. Here, this is Lindell talking on that specific thing.
Reality is.
Well, it is the reality. It is fake news. It's the biggest scandal.
So judges ruled that this guy won the contest, and Mike Lindell absolutely does owe him $1 million or $10 million or whatever it was. I don't remember now. He owes him this money, fair and square, no way around it.
Here I am on a family trip with my grandkids, and I'm attacked from all over the country. News reporters call me all day.
Brother, you set every part of this up. This is 100% completely and totally your doing.
Isn't it kind of strange this comes out the day after Fox settles with Dominion? This guy's not a cyber guy. I don't even know how he got in there with his credentials he has. He's an IT guy, a computer guy, but he's not a cyber guy.
What the f*** is a cyber guy? He worked in the IT field for like 20 years or something. He was very credentialed and knew what he was doing. He was 100% a cyber guy if a cyber guy exists anywhere. But Mike Lindell is just trying to come up with an excuse for why he's in the right and everybody else is in the wrong.
Now you say, well, why did these guys rule against this? Well, the three arbitrators, hard left Democrats.
You were the one that chose arbitration. The clause in the contract that he had to sign when he signed up for the contest said that he waives his right to a jury trial and he has to go through arbitrators. That was Mike Lindell's doing, okay? That was you, Mike. My God. Everything out of this dude's mouth is trash. And I've caught him outright, flagrantly lying, just knowingly, intentionally lying before on Greg Locke's thing, on his stage. He went to Greg Locke's church and talked, and he, beyond a shadow of a doubt, knowingly, intentionally lied. Which, of course, was the thing that was decided in the Dominion suit, so everybody already knew that he was a liar. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if he gets anywhere with this, this governor thing. Let me know what you think in the comments.